want to talk about a revelation that I've had, a personal revelation I've had this past week, and it really ties into Pluto in astrology. So I kind of want to share my thoughts. Pluto is about transformation, death, and rebirth, but also power struggles, sexuality, the occult, things that are hidden. A lot of times it's like things that are hidden within us are like does tie into past lives and karmic situations as well, because Pluto is such a slow moving planet. It takes about 247 years or so to go around its orbit. So it really does affect things at a very slow pace, but in a very powerful way. And so my personal situation that I think maybe a lot of people can relate to, men and women, I want to talk about power struggles and Pluto, and it relates a bit to Saturn too, boundaries. A lot of times we've gone through life with a lot of people crossing our boundaries and like physical touch. I know that a lot of us have had unwanted physical touch from, very minor to extremes. And I really did not think of myself as someone who was very heavily affected by that. I didn't consider it a trauma of mine, but I've come to realize that anytime someone touches me without my being prepared for it, it actually sends me back into a place of not feeling safe, because every time someone has touched me, it's never been warranted. I don't touch people really without their permission. I just don't tend to reach out and touch people. I'm not a very physical person. And so this applies to both men and women, and I feel like we don't talk about this enough. Anytime someone touches you without your consent or without you being prepared for it, it is a bit of boundary crossing, because we like transfer so much energy into each other with physical touch. It's a form of communication, and there is an energetic exchange. I mean, that just makes sense. And so for me personally, with men, I always was aware, very aware that like if they touch me, I most likely, without my wanting, I most likely will distance myself from them and never be in a situation again to be touched by them. But with women, I think because it's more socially acceptable to be like warm, and we consider like physical touch a way to show that we are listening or that we understand, we show caring and nurturing that way. But for me, every time another woman would touch me, I would actually be instantly sent into my trauma that I was not aware of, and of all the times I've been touched without my wanting to. And so it would immediately put me in a state of fight or flight, or for me, fawning, people pleasing. And so I wasn't conveying that I was very uncomfortable with it, but literally my brain is stopped. Like I'm offline and I'm just like in default mode, operating in people pleasing. And so I just wanted to share this because I really think we do need to respect each other more, and just be aware that when people are comfortable reaching out and touching you without any signaling that you want that, it shows that they don't really understand boundaries, and that they may even be very comfortable crossing boundaries. And I think my mind was subconsciously telling me that, and I think all of our minds subconsciously tell us that. And so we don't even realize how many times in our life our minds are like, oh, I guess this person has more autonomy over my body than me, because that's what's happening. We didn't give permission to be touched, and then all of a sudden we're being touched. So I think we need to kind of think about that, because I want the way we communicate each other to change. I want it to be more respectful, more gentle, and more understanding. Because again, like, especially for younger people, we need to think about people have trauma. They have experiences that we don't know about. And so reaching out and physically touching someone that hasn't indicated any interest, that's a power move. And that goes into Pluto. And Pluto, again, is about power struggles and sexuality and secrets and hidden things. And it does go into repression as well. And some people subconsciously don't really know why they're doing that. And so we really need to be careful. This is what I learned. I need to speak up, and just straight up say that I don't want anyone who's touching me unwarranted, that I don't want that, because me personally, that reads as a signal for danger. And now I know that that's what has been happening. And I think that a lot of times in female friendships, that contributes greatly to problems that we have and we don't understand. Because a hand on your leg is a hand on your leg, whether it's a guy or a girl. And if you didn't ask for that, that's not okay. So, I'm a very Pluto dominant person. So these things have been happening to me a lot throughout my life. And I didn't realize how much of a toll that was actually taking on me. And I am also a very Saturn heavy person. And boundaries is definitely something I need to learn. So I just wanted to share these thoughts because this is something I've really been looking into a lot through astrology, because I want to use astrology to help people learn about their unconscious desires, but also like issues and repressions and things that we can work through to actually help like make a change. So just let me know what you think. And I really don't want to offend anyone by this video. So if you feel like triggered or offended, I ask that you just ask yourself why you feel that way before commenting. But I definitely want people to like share their thoughts about it, because I really want to kind of open this discussion up. I think we need to start thinking about how we communicate and interact with others, So yeah.